What's up, everybody? This is Presto.
CorporalNosaj.
And you are listening to episode 83 of the Nintendads podcast. The Direct. The rumored Direct. The Direct into the trash. I mean, the Nintendo... The Direct.
I'm supposed to keep feelings out of this, man. Jesus.
That's all we talk about on this show is our feelings about things. Yeah, it is the Nintendo Direct that was the worst kept secret. Everybody's been talking about how Nintendo's going to do a Direct in mid-September, and here we are, just about the dead middle of September, and we had a Direct. Watching it too, or I'm still seeing things. Oh yeah, what's up, Mr. Fate Maker?
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, this was indeed a Direct, and we're going to talk about it, even though it's very, very long. It's a very long list of things. But before we jump into that, Corporal, what you been playing?
There's a long pause there because I honestly don't know what I've been playing.
Is Starfield really that boring that you don't even remember playing it after you played it?
Honestly, I was playing it earlier today.
Oh yeah?
And I forgot that I was playing it.
Oh, that's not a good that's not a good sign.
We can break this down further to the point that it is a Bethesda game, and therefore it just blends in with all other Bethesda game playthrough. That in my mind, it's another Skyrim or it's another Fallout. And
It's Skyrim in space.
Yeah, it's more Fallout in space. It's more on the Fallout.
You're finally awake.
It's a good game. I'm enjoying playing it.
Oh my gosh, your internet is cutting out. You sound like you're talking to me from space.
It looks perfectly fine on my end.
Oh, is not. Is choppy.
I don't know what to do.
I've been playing Monster Hunter now, which is officially out. So everybody can play it. Hit me up on our Discord or through a DM if you want my little Monster Hunter code. We can hunt together. Actually been playing Monster Hunter Rise again. I did a stream last night where we conquered one of the two final event quests, which are disgustingly hard. But playing Monster Hunter now just makes me want to play Monster Hunter Rise. And I might even circle back to World at some point. Depending. We'll see. Been trying to play Baldur's Gate 3, but it just takes so long. Like, I sit down in Baldur's Gate 3, I look at all my stuff, I get my map, I figure out where I'm going, I go there, I have like 2 lines of dialogue, and then I'm out of time. And then I've also been playing a little game today called F-099, which was debuted in today's Direct, and we're going to talk about it. But I've been playing it. I've played a couple races. It's fun. It's chaotic. It's sort of like Tetris 99, Mario 99, like the same premise, but F-Zero. So, you know, fast. Go fast. Show me your moves.
So, there's something that should be said about Baldur's Gate 3, and unless you have consistent gameplay with it, it will feel like a drag to try to play that game.
It's hard. It's the same thing that I experience when I play No Man's Sky. If I don't play No Man's Sky for a while, and then I try and jump back into it, it takes me a long time to reorient myself and refigure out what I'm doing. And No Man's Sky, it happens for a different reason, because I have to remember all the controls and all the funky gameplay mechanics that I have to do. Baldur's Gate, the gameplay and the mechanics aren't that bad, but I just have to reorient myself with the story and where I'm supposed to be going and like what's going on. Because it's easy to make a mistake in Baldur's Gate and then have to like restart, you know. So I like it. One of these days, you and I are gonna play our co-op. We were supposed to do a co-op stream tonight.
Yeah,
but
I want to play.
as Nintendo always does, whenever we have plans, they drop the direct. So, before we jump into it, what you drinking?
Crispy hard cider.
Ooh, crispy. Are you in full fall mode?
Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. I've been in full fall mode since like 2 weeks ago.
But you're in, like, it's still summer weather for you, right? What's the average temperature?
Right now it's 78 according to my computer.
Okay, that's getting cooler. You guys are cooling off.
Yeah. Yep.
I've just been drinking tons of coffee because I'm exhausted. It's been a long week. It's been a long ass week. It was a long ass week, like on Tuesday, huh?
I said you need to drink more water.
I am drinking water.
Look at that big boy.
Good
Give
lord.
it a slap. There you go.
That's the round of applause for hydration.
Yes.
So let's get into this because there's so much stuff. So when I look at the show notes, I see a very, very, very long list. We have almost about a page and a half of just bullet points of everything that was talked about on this direct. And I'm going to do my damnedest not to have this episode feel like we're reading from a list. Even though that is sort of how I felt watching the direct. I was just like, oh, okay, next thing. Okay, next thing. Okay, next thing. It's like, it got 100% of my attention, one percent at a time. A little dragged out. But before we start, let's go over initial impressions. What was your initial impressions of this direct? What would you say overall? If someone asked you in an elevator, you had 10 seconds to tell them about the direct, how would you describe it?
Hey, it's me, Mario.
Charles Manet wasn't even in it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It was very Nintendo first party centric. There was a lot of other things, but I was surprised to see how much was actually Nintendo IP. I am so used to having so many different ports, having so many different other things.
You are lagging out so hard.
It's an OBS just disconnected.
OBS disconnected?
Yep.
It's definitely your internet is cutting in and out.
I don't understand.
I understand. Your ISP is made out of shoestring and bubble gum.
Reconnected.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. Sorry.
So you were saying it was the most it was very forward with first party Nintendo stuff.
It was the most Nintendo IP that we've gotten in a single direct in a long while. Most of the time, what's end up happening.
But the last one was pretty Nintendo focused, wasn't it? It was Pikmin, it was Mario Wonder.
That was a mini direct.
I think there was more substance in first party content from the mini direct than there was in this direct.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair thing to say.
If I was to describe this direct, I would describe it as I'm looking for batteries in my junk drawer, and there's a couple things in there that I'm looking for and that I actually want, but mostly it's just stuff in the way. I don't want to be cynical, but out of everything in this direct, there's maybe 2 things that I think I will purchase or play.
I think you are being too cynical. I thought there was more spice in this direct than what you're giving it, but we're
gonna hash it out. We're gonna go through it. And I have a takeaway. I have a thought about why this is the case. So
Why
a
it was
lot
so
of
Nintendo IP
a
heavy?
lot of this stuff was, and they've sort of gotten out of this, but now I feel like they're getting back into it. A lot of it is re-released content, HD remastered, this with a new fresh coat of paint content. They're wrapping up DLC for Mario Kart. I think they are pushing as much of this is some of their last waves of content for the Switch before they start winding down releases for the Switch and start gearing up for the next console. And that is because there are rumors a-swirling about Nintendo showing actual devices of the Switch 2 to developers, to select developers and partners at Gamescom. And supposedly, this is a very juicy rumor that is unsubstantiated, but it's been talked about by enough reliable sources that it's not just another rumor. It's like got some meat to it. The rumor is that, so do you remember when the PlayStation 5 was coming out and they did that Matrix demo? Do you remember this?
Matrix demo? No.
Yeah, it was called The Matrix Unleashed, I believe. And it was basically a virtual city set in the universe of The Matrix to show off ray tracing and show off all this stuff. And it was like a car chase, and it was just going to show the power of the PS5 and that it was calculating the rain reflections and the cars, and if the car got hit, pieces would fly off, and it was like just showing off the capabilities.
Okay.
The rumor is that they were running that same demo on the new Nintendo console at Gamescom.
What?
Yeah.
This was a PS5 demo?
This is a PS5, basically technical thing that was built specifically just to show off the PS5, and the rumors are that it was being run on the new Nintendo console.
And it was Matrix.
And it's the Matrix. Yeah, I think it's called Matrix Unleashed.
That game is so incredibly old.
No. Oh, sorry. The Matrix Awakened. It's an Unreal Engine 5 experience. It's basically like an on-the-rails thing that's just meant to showcase Unreal Engine 5 and the power of the PlayStation 5 or whatever it's being run on. And supposedly it was being run pretty smoothly on the new Nintendo device. Which
Matrix Awakens
crazy.
Unreal Engine 5 gameplay on a PS5, released December 10th of 2021. 2021 is when this was quote unquote.
That's when
released.
they were hyping up. That's when they were hyping up the lead into the PlayStation 5.
I don't remember seeing this demo, but I'm going to save this video so I can look at it afterwards, and then I'm going to judge it.
If that's true, every conversation around Nintendo consoles for this next generation of systems is going to change, because there's rumors that the new Nintendo system will be on the same performance as a PS4 or a PS4 Pro, and then these Matrix Unleashed, or what is it called again? Matrix Awakens demo, that basically implies that it's going to be, it can perform somewhere within striking range of the PS5. There's no way Nintendo's going to put out a console that is as powerful as the PlayStation 5. That's not going to happen. But the fact it can run it, it's in the similar playing field, and Nintendo hasn't released a console in terms of performance that was comparable to Xbox and PlayStation since GameCube? Maybe GameCube? I don't know. Anyway, FateMaker, I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with chat. Streamlabs shit the bed, and I have to do it in a weird way. But yeah, Jeremy said he still has it on his PlayStation 5.
Oh, you have that? I don't even see that comment. I have the live feed up and I don't see that comment at all.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's there.
I just had to refresh the entire page.
Facebook's messing up. Facebook's messing up a lot lately. That's just how it is. But anyway, into the direct. Anyway, the point I was making with that is I think this round of games is flushing out the last wave of development that is being developed for the current level Switch. And I think everything after this, all the major games, are going to be developed for the new Switch. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door remaster.
So I define for me remaster.
It's the same game, but the graphics have been updated.
I do not ever remember seeing the gameplay for this game before. When
Really?
I first saw it hit the screen, I was like, "Oh, is this a brand new Paper Mario?"
That's what
This
I
is
thought.
cool.
Especially because they saved it for the end.
Yeah.
And then it said Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door. And I was like, wait, that was on the GameCube. That was definitely a game on the GameCube. And then they said it at the end. They're like, originally for the Nintendo GameCube, 1,000-Year Door returns with new they said it in a not completely straightforward way. But yeah, it's a GameCube game that they have updated with the graphics.
So they're bringing all of their old content current.
Yes, that's the MO that's been happening for like the last 3 years.
I mean, I didn't play it on the GameCube, so I'd be willing to play it here on the Switch. It looked fun.
It's cool. I mean, it's an RPG. Have you played a Paper Mario game before?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a Paper Mario game. If you're into that, then yes, this is great that this is coming to the Switch because this is a much beloved game. I don't think it was released on the Wii or the Wii U. Yeah. So this will be the first time it's been available on a modern console in quite a while. So that's cool. Don't get me wrong. When I sort of ruffle my brow at remasters and remakes, I'm not saying that they're bad products. I'm just saying I'm ruffling my brow because either small indie games or remasters are going to be 90% of what we talk about during this direct. And I don't like that. Okay, where's Metroid Prime 4, huh? Where's Metroid Prime? Yeah, I would even be excited over Metroid Prime 2 remaster, even though that is just another remaster. But where's Metroid Prime 4? Where's the new Mario Kart? Where's... I don't know.
Can I say something that I think will be very controversial to the Nintendo community and probably get me banned from my Zelda fandom?
Favorite.
Where is a new Zelda game?
It just came out.
No, we got a fancy DLC. I have now played enough of the game where I can honestly say that I think the Breath of the Wild 2 Tears of the Kingdom DLC is a great game. But it feels so much like a revamp of Breath of the Wild that I almost don't know if it's truly a new game or not.
So it's out for Game of the Year, you think?
It's a great game. I don't think it's gonna hit like that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't expect a new game for Zelda in like the next decade, based on how long they took to develop Tears of the Kingdom.
I want them to have maybe a new type of Zelda game. There's plenty other styles that they could create a new Zelda game. But this is me, complaining. Go on. What's next to
Let's
discuss?
see. I'm gonna activate a poll. I'm gonna activate a poll on the stream for what you guys thought. Did you think the Nintendo Direct was great? Did you think it was meh? Or did you think it was hot garbage? Vote now on your phones. If you're listening to this after the fact, if you're listening on Spotify, I will put the same poll on Spotify when we push the episode live. So you can also vote on your phones.
Camera just like wigged out and focused purely on your character on your mic, and everything else was background fuzz.
Because nobody cares about me. Everybody just cares about Blanca-chan.
He's so cute.
He is so cute. Okay. So next is Splatoon 3 Side Order DLC. This is single player Splatoon DLC. This actually looks kind of cool because it's like different levels, modifiers, some RPG elements, and they said it is made to be replayed. So maybe kind of like a roguelite kind of thing. Maybe not roguelike, but it's meant to be done in runs, it seems. Very cool futuristic vibe in the Spire of Order. As you know, the last Splatfest in Splatoon 2 was Order versus Chaos. Chaos won, so the entire Splatoon 3 game is set in the world of Chaos in the Wasteland, but the Spire of Order was the losing side, and that is what you are exploring in Splatoon 3. And that's pretty cool, I think. Don't know if I'm going to get it, because every time I try to play Splatoon, I'm reminded that the netcode is made out of paper mache.
Anytime I see anything that says Splatoon, I just sigh at it and move on.
I know. I love Splatoon. I love the idea of Splatoon more than I actually love playing Splatoon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love it as a thing. I love the thought of playing it. I love sitting down and playing that first round when you haven't played in a while. It's fun. And then as you play, the cracks begin to show. Kind of like Smash Brothers. But I digress. Mario versus Donkey Kong.
So this was a very interesting concept for them to make, and I wonder if it was not
Tom, welcome in.
somewhat inspired by the original writers for the Mario movie that they made with Donkey Kong versus Mario, and like that concept of that rivalry and going back to the original roots of what created Donkey Kong and what created Mario, and that whole thing. I think it's a good game.
So,
You have question marks next to it, so
because they did mention that this was a title, Mario vs. Donkey Kong was a game on the Game Boy Advance. And I'm actually reading an article right now, Engadget. It's a new version of... I don't know what that noise just was. Something just happened. Hold on. I'm having to stream this in a different way. So my alerts are not coming up correctly, but I just heard a sound that I've never heard before.
I mean, I'm watching the live on both Twitch and Facebook, and I'm not seeing anything.
Did somebody do something?
I've made a comment.
Tom, I enjoyed the Direct, but for me, the PlayStation was miles better, but that's not the topic. I didn't watch the Sony State of Play, and I can tell you that it was better than the Direct. I think. I wasn't a huge fan of this Direct. I've caught you up. Yeah, I'm sorry. Whoever did, I don't know if that was a subscriber or stars, or if it was just like a share or a follow. But my alerts they're not really working. So thank you to whoever or whatever just happened. But so this Mario versus Donkey Kong, I'm not sure if it's a new game or if it's a remake of the Game Boy Advance game. I don't know. It could be. It could be. They didn't really make it obvious with that. Villa TS style, you pair of heroes.
Are you referring to Mario versus Donkey Kong and whether or not this is a remake?
Yes. And I don't know whether it is or not. This version of the Game Boy Advance puzzle platformer includes co-op. So this might be a Game Boy Advance game remaster with co-op added in.
I'm looking at the screenshots of the Game Boy Advance game. There's no way this is an updated version of that game unless they completely reworked the entire game. Like, it may be the exact same gameplay, maybe the exact same game story, but they must have had redone the entire assets and graphics and completely like made a new game with how they made those assets and graphics, because they do not look anywhat similar. It's not like they just put an HD marker on it, you know what I mean?
No, it would be a remake versus a remaster. Puzzles are my weakness. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. It's observe and act is the tagline for the gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. TS Villa subscriber anniversary for 6 months. There it is. That's what the noise was. Tom, thank you for being a supporter for 6 months, man. I appreciate that. Okay, moving right along. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, 2D side-scroller action platformer. This, to me, actually looks kind of cool. It looks slick. The gameplay reminded me maybe a little bit of Dead Cells, or like a sort of like a fast-paced kind of Castlevania type vibe. I thought it looked cool.
So this was the first game of the Direct that I like, because I watched this while I was at work today, because that's when it came out. And honestly, I this is the first game that made me pause to look away from my work screen to look at my phone to be like, hey, what's going on?
Oh.
There's another game that's a little bit further on this list that I was a little bit more interested in.
The next game on this list is something that I'm interested in. I actually don't know how much this game is. Is it? No, it's not. Horizon Chase 2. Oh, yeah. Horizon Chase 2 is sort of a... I don't want to say cel-shaded. No, it's not cel-shaded. It's a very, like, arcade racer. And it looks pretty dope. It's actually on sale, 20% off. It's only $20 right now. I'm not gonna get it because I have way too many games to play right now. But there are not a ton of great racers on the Switch. We've done that episode. 90% of the people who race on the Switch play Mario Kart.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of is a vibe. If this was free to play or there was a demo, I would be all over it because it looks cool. It's just a fun arcade style racer. So this was actually one of the highlights for me. And it's one of those, maybe I'll get it someday kind of deals. Did they speed up the video on the reveal? Looked way too fast. No, I think I've seen Horizon Chase 1, and it's just that fast. Oh, that's right. The real goat of peak racing experience on the Switch, Chocobo GP. Of course. Oh, by the way, let's get a big shout out to TS Villa for making the top 150 for the respawn. I forget what the contest is called. The respawn. Now I feel silly because I don't know the name of it, but it was basically this gaming chair company, Respawn. They're having like a contest to see which creators can make the cut by votes and interaction and stuff. And our guy TS Villa made the top 150. They've been like cutting it. It was like 500, 250, 150, and Villa is still in it. So congrats to him. One of the only thing I enjoyed from Nintendo releases recently is the Super Mario RPG trailer they put out. Yes, that was in this direct too. Which I believe is on this list somewhere. Somewhere down there. Oh, it's the next thing on the list.
Yep.
Super Mario RPG remaster. Now, Corporal, are you gonna play this? Releases
Super
November 17th.
Mario RPG.
Releases November 17th. I never played this. This is a Super Nintendo title. Huge cult following. Like one of the most popular.
The RPG game? No.
Yeah.
No, negative.
No, not your cup of tea.
I would play it for free.
We got more from this direct from RPG. Yeah, Villa says it's his biggest hype for the Switch. A lot of people, it's like, I feel like either you didn't play Super Mario RPG, that's me, admittedly, or you did play it and you are like obsessed, like you love it. So I think that is going to be a huge seller heading into the holidays, November 17th. They also announced that there's going to be post-game boss rematches, so like extra post-game challenges, which I know anybody who's like a seasoned vet of that game. I would say the series, but it wasn't a series, it was just the game.
Just the game.
I don't know why, if it was such a hit. I mean, I think it was a cult classic and that it wasn't popular when it was out, and then it became really popular and loved over time. But I'm surprised they never made a Super Mario RPG 2, you know? Like, I mean, I guess Paper Mario was their RPG.
Two. Yeah.
So there was some news on that, the post-game stuff. I think that was really smart to have them added in.
Can I know that do you want to continue in a specific order?
No, you go for it.
There is I don't know how I want to describe this. Blackbeard Slim, hey! F-Zero is lit. You all talking about Horizon Chasers. Yes. So sorry.
Yes.
I was too busy looking over on the Facebook side. I totally missed the Twitch side. Welcome in, Blackbeard. So Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
This has absolutely not desire, has no, not position. This game has
so
absolutely
random.
This game has absolutely no right looking this good.
It does. That was a highlight for me. It's not my style of game, but I kind of thought you were gonna talk about it.
I am all about like that indie retro pixelated graphic that ends up being like an emotional roller coaster type
that
thing.
ends up involving food.
Sure. I'm about this game. I want to know how expensive it'll be. I want it to be cheap.
Well, let's take a look. See, you talk more about it. I'll research.
It was a Steam mega hit last year or earlier this year. And it became very popular on Steam. So I'm not surprised that they brought it to.
I have good news and I have better news.
Okay.
Which one do you want first?
The better news?
The better news is there's a demo available for it right now.
Oh. Where's my Switch?
The good news is it's only $20.
Oh! I'll blow that fast. That's fine.
October 26th, so you have to wait a little over a month to get it. But
Yo, I might just play this demo on my
it's
stream
there.
on Sunday.
Oh man, I don't know how long the demo is. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like the time of game where the demo could be like 20 minutes, and then what do you do?
Dave the Diver.
Oh, Corporal needs to play Sea of Stars then.
I don't know what Sea of Stars is.
Sea of Stars is that RPG that came out on the Switch and is like getting crazy good reviews. I played the demo of it, and the demo is really fun. I have to be in the mood for that kind of game. Like, if I was like somewhere where I didn't have much to do, or like I was on like a long plane ride, Sea of Stars would be up my alley. But like everyday life, Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars is an ode to 90s JRPGs.
So I
or to
am
90s
excited about
RPGs.
Dave the Diver, but what was that game that was announced where you are a hermit crab?
I don't remember.
Hermit crab trash shell game.
Well, while you figure that out,
Treasure
Treasure
what?
Crab Fever.
Another Crab's Treasure for the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
That was another game that I want to play. And while my internet is trying to figure out whether or not this is a real game or not, it still hasn't released yet.
Really?
It has a release date of 2023, but it is not out and available.
It'll just drop randomly.
I am still waiting for this game. Talking about undersea things. Now, going back to the Direct, there was one other game that I paused for a moment to look at. And it is Another Code, The Two Memories.
Oh, yeah?
This is an old like DS game.
It is, yeah.
I'm into that kind of storytelling.
Oh, interesting.
So
I have that firmly filed under the meh category. Like that's not a figure of speech. I literally have our notes broken down into news and then meh. And it's in meh.
I like that style of storytelling. A Way Home that came out recently was an indie game.
Squirtle with a gun. Squirrel with a gun.
Firewatch that we talked about, like that kind of emotional story.
You should check out Sea of Stars.
Okay.
There's a demo. Sea
of Stars.
Sea of Stars reminds me of Golden Sun. Golden Sun I played on the Game Boy. I guess it was Game Boy Advance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Sea of Stars very much reminds me of Golden Sun. But like I said, I gotta be in the mood.
Sea of Stars is $35, and you're right, it does have a demo.
Play the demo. If you play the demo, you will know whether it's for you or not.
Maybe that's what Sunday is. It's just demo day. Sunday demo
day. I like that.
That's not a bad.
Last Sunday was demo day, but it was demo day for your bathroom.
Yes. Yeah. So we can go back down the list. There's two other games that I want to talk about as we go through this, but I'll holler them out as we get there.
Possibly the biggest game on in this Direct in terms of importance, I guess.
Okay.
Princess Peach Showtime.
Oh.
This is not only is this the only original non-remake, non-remastered game, first-party Nintendo game in the Direct. This is the very first game that is exclusively based on Princess Peach. Ever.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they hyped it up in the last direct. They teased it. They said, for the first time, Princess Peach will be starring in her own game. She's never had a game to herself, or that where she was the main character.
Interesting.
So this looks, basically the gameplay changes on Peach's role. So you can be Sword Fighter Peach, Detective Peach, Pastry Chef Peach, Kung Fu Peach, and she wears different outfits. She has a ribbon because Bowser stole her tiara, and it just looks like a sort of like variety action-ish game. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's interesting that they took a core Nintendo character, because all the core Nintendo characters have sort of their own thing. My hair is doing whatever it wants.
Dude, yeah. You're...
Like Wario has its like side-scrolling thing, and then WarioWare. Yoshi has like Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Story. Luigi has Luigi's Mansion. Peach now has a game, but her game is like a variety show, basically, which I think is interesting. I think there's some subtle messaging here, some girl boss vibes in that, hey girls, you can be anything you want when you grow up. You can be a kung fu master or a detective or a sword fighter or whatever you want. I think that's pretty loud messaging for that, which that's cool. Villa says it looks very fun. It looks interesting. It looks interesting. I think my son will be interested in this game just because he loves all Mario things, and like the theatrics of this and changing into different things, I think will appeal to a younger audience, like younger kids. So it's cool. I'm glad that they're doing a new game, not just remakes.
I just realized you're meh, and I'm looking at the games that you have in the meh, and I'm realizing that the ones that I wanted to talk about are in your meh section. That's interesting.
Well, it's the difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu returns October 6th.
You just don't know what good games are, that's all.
Listen. Okay, we'll see what other games you're going to dig out of the junk drawer. I'll be happy to tell you why I put them there. Detective Pikachu returns, Detective Pikachu game. Battle Crush looks interesting. It's a free online MOBA battle royale. So sort of like League of Legends Battle Royale coming out in the spring. I will probably try that. Looks interesting. Unicorn Overlord. This easily gets the award for best title. Especially because it's a tactical RPG, and it was like kind of like in a tactical RPG. Unicorn Overlord. Like, it takes itself really seriously, and it's called Unicorn Overlord, and that is hilarious to me.
Okay. It did have a very interesting like premise, and I was kind of like, oh, that just seems weird.
Villa says that's why this channel works. Unicorn Overlord sounds like a bad adventure name in Tiny Tina. It does sound like it's from Tiny Tina's, right?
Yeah. Yep.
The Fate Maker versus the Unicorn Overlord. Double kill. Oh god, my voice. Luigi's Mansion 2. Is it a new game? No. Is it another HD remaster? Yes. But they added multiplayer. So that's better than nothing, right? Coming out in the summer.
You can add multiplayer.
Again, I am all for taking these older games that many of the newer generation has not experienced, bringing them up to snuff graphics wise and re-releasing them. I just want them to be spaced out, sprinkled in, not like Nintendo's going to cross its arms and go, all right, we're not going to tell you anything for 3 months. And when we do, it's either going to be a new 2D Mario side scroller and new Sonic the Hedgehog and all this new cool stuff, or it's going to be like, hey, remember that game you played 10 years ago? We put some makeup on it. You're going to like to play it again, right? So that's coming out. F-Zero 99. This was easily the highlight of the direct for me.
So I have learned something that I didn't know that I think other people should have told me because I'm slow. When a game has the word 99 in it, all it means is that it's a competitive online who can survive to the end game.
Pretty much.
There's Tetris 99, and they did something else that was 99.
There was Mario 99 for the 35th anniversary that was only available for like a month or 3 months or something, and then they discontinued it inexplicably. But yes. This is like part of that series that they have weirdly started where it's, F-Zero 99.
I think that there's certain genres where the 99 trope may be worth it. I don't know if this was one of them.
Yeah. This game is cool. I was playing this game before we started the episode, and I will maybe play a round or two after. 99 people is too many people. When you start playing this game, you do a race with 25 people, a race with 50 people, and then a race with 99 people. And the difference between racing against 50 people and 99 people is very different. 25 to 50 is okay. 50 to 99 is a shit show. But maybe that's the point. I will say completing the race with 99 people was weirdly easier than completing the race with 50 people.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because the way it works is what you have a certain amount of energy, right? You have an energy tank, and you can boost and it'll use some of your energy tank. If you hit a wall or a barrier, you lose energy from your energy tank. And when another player bumps into you, you lose your energy tank. When your energy tank gets to 0, you explode and die.
At 99 people, that's all you're doing is bumping into each other.
Yes, it is. You also have a button that makes you do a 360 that pushes people away from you, but you can only use it like once every 10 seconds. Ugh. And after each lap, you can pull off to a little pit area, and as you're driving, it will replace your fuel. But the faster you're going, the less fuel energy that you get restored. So it's this balance of bumping into other players with your spin intentionally to put them into the wall, dodging other people, using your boost at critical moments, and just making it to the finish line. Also, after every lap, the bottom, like, half of the group gets cut. So, like, you have to be in the top 50 after the first or the second lap, and then you have to be in the top 30, and then I think at the end, you have, in order to finish the race, you have to be in the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, it's interesting. I would highly encourage you to try it out. It's fun. And there's unlockables. You level up, you get decals, and you can pick different ships, and the different ships all drive differently and have different stats. So, like, it's cool. It's got enough little stupid, rewards and progression things that it will keep me playing. If it didn't have progression and rewards, I would have not played it for more than one race. But the fact that you can make your little shitty pixelated car a different color or a different style, I'm hooked. Give me more. It's also only available to people with Nintendo Online subscriptions. So,
something I wanted to point out about Nintendo Online subscriptions that I can't remember if we actually spoke about publicly on the podcast, and that is, did you notice that Nintendo or 00764 is available? GoldenEye?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
I don't remember talking about it, but
Yeah, it's
we should play.
awful.
Is it?
It's bad. Not so it's not like a bad version, but when's the last time you played GoldenEye?
Okay.
It is exactly what I said it was going to be. Is everybody forgets in the era of having two joysticks what it's like to play a first person shooter with a single joystick. It is not great. It is a revolutionary game. We grew up playing it. It has not aged well. If you've played any shooters between now and then, we should play it, and you should have to drink when you die, because that will definitely be a motivating factor. But yeah, I played like one round of it and I was like, oh no, I don't like this. I need to leave it untainted in my memory.
Yeah.
Now they make they make a Perfect Dark 64 available. Then it's on.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right. Dave the Diver demo has downloaded.
Oh wow, that's some alliteration. I like that. WarioWare Move It 3.
These Move It games.
You gotta move it.
Okay.
They're not mini games. They're micro games. That's coming out November 3rd. Dave the Diver, we talked about. The final Mario Kart DLC is coming out this holiday with the final round of maps and 4 new characters: Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Pauline, who is the mayor of New Donk City in Mario Odyssey, and Peachette. I don't know what Peachette is. It's Peach with her hair in a different, like pigtails or something. I don't understand. Peachette. The reason I'm excited
is a form of Toadette who also appears as the primary spirit in the Super Smash Bros. The player. What? She just has a pillow on her head with ponytails. You're right.
My Falcon Punch, Falcon Kick. I think you listen, if you survived Chocobo GP Villa, I think you could do F-Zero. I have faith in you. I'm excited that the Mario Kart DLC is finally over, because then the realm of possibility opens up for a new Mario Kart. That will probably be, I think, and this again reinforces the fact that I think they are doing their last wave of software for the Switch before moving to the next console. I think new Mario Kart will be a launch title for the new console.
That was exactly what I was going to say, and you beat me to the punch. Yes. I think that they are getting all of their Mario stuff out now so that this way they have free reign. Nobody can turn around and say, well, what about this, or what about that, or what about this other game? Like, they are getting it all out, and they're developing. They have a small team who is just remastering old courses, and then they have their true Mario Kart team who is actively in the mix of building a new game. And if your graphics is as great as you say it is, the new Mario Kart is going to be intense, and that's why they're putting so much effort into it.
Can you imagine, right? Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine, if you will, it is 6 months from now, and they announce the new Switch console. 9 months from now, they announce the launch titles for this console. Super Mario Odyssey 2, the best, what's widely considered to be the best Mario 3D platformer, the long-awaited sequel. Mario Kart 9, or Mario Kart Banana Split, or whatever they're going to call it. A new Mario Kart and a new 3D Mario on a new Switch console with like real big boy graphics. that is like Hall of Fame immediately. That is outselling everything on the market immediately.
And if they were to just put a new Zelda next to it, then I'll sell somebody's PlayStation.
That is going to be Tears of the Kingdom remaster with updated graphics. 100% Tears of the Kingdom in 4K. That is the other launch title.
I'll be mad.
But you'll buy it.
See, I bought Tears of the Kingdom digitally. Here's going to be my gripe. I've purchased Tears of the Kingdom digitally. Will all of my digital content transfer over to this new controller?
Supposedly the new system has backwards compatibility, but I don't know if it's going to have digital backwards compatibility or if it's just going to be able to take what?
It's digital. It works. Like, let's not play games.
There has never been a Nintendo console that can transfer digital purchases. The Wii U could play Wii games physical. I think this new system will be able to play Switch games physical. I don't know about digital purchases carrying over.
Yo, bro, I have way too many games purchased.
I know, because
digitally.
you buy everything in the junk category for like 99 cents.
Yo, don't talk to me about ink. Okay. or no, wait, what's the most offensive game
the
that I have?
The Eagle game.
Oh, it's not on this console because this is the new console. Let's re-download.
It's that weird Eagle game. Anyway, this next game is the last game I have before the mech category, and that is Among Us, the new map, the Fungal, the Fungus Jungle, the Fungal. October release date. It's Among Us. I don't know why it was in the Nintendo Direct. I guess this was when it was announced. I wonder what the spread is for Among Us. Like, in terms of what platform is it played on the most. If they're announcing a big new map and all that stuff, I wonder if Switch is the most played console.
Maybe.
I wonder.
Revenge of the Bird King is the Eagle game that you're referring to. And I would like to argue that is not the most offensive game that's in my download category.
I didn't think you were going for offensive. I thought you meant just like the weirdest indie 99.
Ninjala was the most offensive game.
Ninjala was great for a minute. I'm going to let you lead the charge in the meh category. Since you have some babies in here.
I have some meh to say. Super Crazy Rhythm Capsule is the next game in the meh category. So if you didn't get a chance to watch this, you're better off in life. I really don't know how to make you want to buy this game.
Neither do they. No, it's a rhythm game. It's a rhythm game. If you like rhythm games, then you're on board. If you don't,
Guitar
you're not.
Hero-ish. Like, I would play this game. I wouldn't pay for this game, but I would play this game, especially because I need more games that I can play with the family as a whole.
Baldur's Gate not cutting it?
With the family as a whole? Am I going to sleep with everybody?
No, I'm just saying, like, Dungeons and Dragons, you know?
I don't even know how to pronounce this next one.
I think it's just Spy Anya. Mark, thank you for liking the stream. Mark.
Oh.
Or Spy X Anya or Spy Anya.
Yeah, I think it's
like spying on you, a spy on you.
So you know what this game gives me vibes of?
Spy Kids. Harriet the Spy.
Yes, Harriet the Spy.
Really?
From Nickelodeon. Yes. Yes.
That's fantastic. I love that movie. That was it. That was a core. That was the canon event for me. Harriet the Spy. Another code. Oh, this is the one you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, this is the 3DS remake. I know that there's not going to be a very high following for this game. And honestly, I don't have any core memories of me playing this when I was younger, but there's something about the style of this game that is intriguing to me. So while it is probably actually a meh, I'm intrigued enough to. I probably won't pay for it though, so it'll never get played by me.
I love your like. There's so many good games in the mech category. I'm not gonna pay for it, but if I was on a desert island and someone gave it to me for free, I would maybe play it.
I got a tight budget, man.
Saga Emerald Beyond. If you play the Saga games, it's a Saga game. It's an RPG. It's coming out next year. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered.
So I need to point out to everybody that this is not the 3 Tomb Raider games that recently came out that are very popular on
No, this is
Xbox.
This is a PlayStation 1 original.
These
polygons.
are the original. Yes. Like, and I'll be honest with you, Tomb Raider 1, wasn't there like a cheat code where you can remove her shirt and she ran around naked?
That was, yeah, that's peak 90s.
This is not going to be available. That cheat code will not be available in this
Tom
game.
says that Spy Anya game was based on the anime Spy X Family.
Oh.
Which I can only assume is an anime version of Harriet Spy.
Don drops the large.
This one, you know what? This next one maybe shouldn't be in the mech category because it was hilarious. The trailer was so funny. Trombone champ.
I was about to say TS Villa just dropping the giant horn in the chat. I don't know how I felt about the trombone thing.
Trombone champ. So I didn't even know that the Switch controllers had a sensor on the bottom of them, or one of the remotes has a sensor.
I knew it had a sensor, but I didn't know it could measure distance. I just thought it measured like.
I think
movement.
it's an infrared. I think it's an infrared sensor. So this is a music game, but you like play the trombone. It's like, and like it's a music game, and the entire trailer is people just trying so hard to play the right notes, and like you know those memes where it'll be like a song and it'll be like da, 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 and then it'll be like somebody playing the same song on like a shitty plastic recorder. That's what this game...
Are you referring to the infamous Jack Black playing?
No, I am not. But that is similar vibes.
Plays what is it called? Jack Black. It's a
very 1, 2, 3 motherfuckers. Yeah, it was on Jimmy Kimmel, I think.
Yeah,
or Jimmy Fallon. That's not what I'm talking about.
It's a toy saxoboom. That's what it was. Jack Black plays the toy saxoboom, and nobody knows what a saxoboom is. And he's actually taken this thing to concerts and played it at concerts.
Tom is watching the trailer. He says, "WTF is the game? Haha! Even the person playing it was failing." That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That was funny. That was That was the only trailer where I had like an audible reaction that wasn't a groan. I was actually laughing, which, you know. What's this next one? War Tales.
Diablo
Open world
1.
RPG. Has 4-player co-op. Kind of reminded me of Diablo, like Diablo 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
In
that graphic art style kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess this is an original game. I don't think this is a port. But it looks like it could be. This next one I screwed up. This isn't supposed to be in meh. It's meh for me because I'm not interested in playing it, but it could be cool if you like Contra. Operation something that was unpronounceable to me, but it's a Contra game. It's got 4-player co-op. It's coming out early next year. That's pretty cool. I think I might have typed this one wrong. Bandle Tale is a cozy crafting game set in the world of League of Legends.
You're not. Okay, so I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4 games uh that I was going to talk about. Oh, this is the Sea of Stars.
Sounded like Galuga. Yeah, it was something
Bandle
like
Tale.
that.
Bandle Tale is like a cartoon version of like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, but it's set in the League of Legends universe.
Yeah, yeah.
And then similarly, Song of Nunu is also different style of game, also set in the League of Legends
the League
universe.
of Legends universe, yeah.
Good for them. Riot Games, get it. Ayuden Chronicles is a pixely RPG coming out in April.
I want to play this game.
It does look kind of cool.
This game looks cool.
How did you never play Octopath Traveler? Because all of these games that are like the 2D, 3D pixel thing, Octopath Traveler put that style on the map. And if that's your vibe, like,
oh yeah, see, I would play Octopath Traveler. It's such a weird name. Like, you read that name, that does not sound like a game that would be very popular or good.
oh yeah, the Octopath Traveler 2 is out, I think, too.
Yeah. I remember covering it.
8 paths. There's 8 different characters that you do pathing with. I don't know.
I usually buy games based off of whether or not they sound cool.
Well, Euden Chronicles, I guess, sounds cool. Because there's so many paths, yeah.
It looks cool. I would definitely play this game. It depending on its cost, and if I'm able to get my hands on it.
There it is. You're like, I would play this game if somebody handed it to me.
Gave it to me for free.
Octopath Traveler just brought it back, didn't put it on the map. That's what I mean. When I mean put it on the map, it was like the first modern game that brought back like the pixely, like toy camera, like oh, there's a word for it that is like when something has a shallow depth of field and makes everything look like a toy or like a miniature. Forget what it's called, but Octopath Traveler did that with like pixely stuff and then that vibe.
I would play it. It looks interesting.
Eastward Octopia, another oct word. Eastward DLC. Eastward actually looked kind of cool.
It also is a Stardew Valley-esque game. In fact, it is so much a Stardew Valley-esque game, it almost begs the question, how bad is this a ripoff?
Eastward is not a ripoff of Stardew Valley. They are so different.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, go.
Eastward? No way. I remember looking at Eastward and considering getting it. No, Eastward is like an RPG. Eastward is more similar to Undertale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. It's got, yet again, Eastward has that graphic that I would play. I would play this game. Mm-hmm. Eastward Octopia, it very much looks to me like a Stardew Valley ripoff.
Yeah, sprite graphics. You're a sucker for sprite graphics.
Yes.
And then Wargroove 2 coming out October 5th. This looks interesting. This reminds me of Advanced Wars. But this one's going to have custom maps and multiplayer modes, which I think are really, really cool features. If you like this game, they're adding quality stuff into this game. And I'm excited for you, if you like it.
Sure.
And then, like, they had these random 2 side news things. The Nintendo Museum is under construction in Japan. It's supposed to be finished in March of 24. And then they're going to have an opening thing. It looks really cool. I say we go on a field trip.
Yeah, I'm for that. I mean, we have to have a field trip when Nintendo World opens up here.
It's not. I checked that recently. Nintendo World is not supposed to be opening up in Orlando until 2025 now.
That doesn't surprise me.
It does, because they announced it before the one in California, and then the one in California's been open for like a year.
Yeah, but that's also because Governor Ron DeSantis has ruined the entire construction industry here in Florida. If there was a man I hate more, it's the governor of my state.
I mean, I would say a lot of people probably hate the governor of your state. This is a popular opinion.
Grabtacular! Death
Grab,
by
what's up?
Sinew, you.
Nunu,
Don't
yeah.
know what that means.
Song of Nunu.
Oh, Song of Nunu? Got okay.
And then there's some new amiibos coming out, and I think it is so funny that they are releasing the Sora amiibo now, because Sora was the last DLC character for Smash Bros. Ultimate. He's the last one, and once Sora is out, then all the characters in Smash Ultimate will have amiibos out. But I feel like the development for Smash Ultimate has been over for so long. I was so surprised to see that the Sora amiibo hadn't been released yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, it's still not out, and it's not coming out until next year. Still. The game's gonna be, like, releasing, like, a fifth, like, I don't even know, like a 5th year anniversary thing, and all the amiibos are still coming out. I mean, granted, there are a lot of characters, but, yeah. And that's the end of my list. What else is there to say about this direct, aside from is a lot of stuff.
Everything that's on this list, my side quest Sean for the episode, everything that we've spoken about that's from this list, I want you to name what you think is the one thing you absolutely refuse to play, what is the one thing you absolutely want to play, and what's the one thing that's on your radar that you're waiting to see how it comes out.
One thing that I would definitely not play is it's tough. It's tough to narrow down. I won't play the Eastward Octopia DLC because I don't have that game. I probably won't play Bandle Tale as much as I won't play the original Tomb Raiders, as much as I won't play Spy X Anya. Like, a lot of the indie games I'm not going to play. 95% of what's on here I'm not going to play. The one that I want to play the most, I've already played today twice, and that's F-Zero 99. I will be curious to see how the Princess Peach game is received. I might play Horizon Chase 2 if I get into a racery mood. And I think, does that answer your question?
Yeah. So I refuse to play the trumpet game, and TS
Really?
Villa in chat, like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time with that. That
no
looks
way.
Like
if you were at my house and we were drinking, and I was like, I have the trumpet game, do you want to play it? There's no way you would say no. Not a chance.
I feel like it would just lead to frustration and anger.
It would be so funny. It would be so funny.
The game that I definitely want to play, I mean, does the fact that I've already installed Diver Dave.
Oh yeah,
demo.
is that your top pick? Is that your top pick out of the bunch?
I really am interested in Diver Dave. You guys also have me installing, or it is installed, Sea of Stars demo. So I'll poke fun at that and see how that is. I think though, my top pick would be, I have always wanted to play Luigi's Mansion or Haunted Mansion games. So I think I might buy Luigi's simply because it's got multiplayer. So
Yeah,
I
that's
can
a
play
good
it.
co-op game to play with kids. That's true. I could see if my son really saw that and was like, I want to suck ghosts up into a vacuum cleaner. Like, I would, you know what that is? That is a rent from the library game. Have it for a week, clear it, do the co-op thing. If they really like it, renew it for another week or go out and buy it. That's what I think.
I am going to indulge TS Villa,
Ooh.
and he
Uh-oh.
says he wants me to watch the first game from the PlayStation State of Play and give him my reaction. It's called Baby Steps. So this is me
Oh,
pulling up
Lord.
Baby Steps. I'm going to mute it so that we don't get
Here's
copyright striked.
here's the question that I put in the beginning of the show notes that is totally unrelated to everything. This is my
I'm
side quest.
playing the trailer. Go ahead.
Mortal Kombat 1. What do y'all think about Mortal Kombat 1?
The one that just came out this weekend?
The one that just came out today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I
Tears of
would
the
love to play a
Tri
demo.
Kingdom Gaming is actually playing it.
Is he streaming it?
I don't know if he's streaming it, but I know he's playing it.
Tri Kingdom, you still in chat? If you are,
No, I think he's.
I'll have to ping him in Discord. I'll have to ping like everybody. Oh, I almost just botched our cameras for the chat.
What the? Why does?
What is it?
I.
Well done, Tom. Well done. Do you know how hard I have to work to get a reaction like that?
I just watched this donkey look at a man that slides down a mudslide, and he has like deadpan, like, yep, that man ruined his life. Bye.
What?
Why is he walking so weird?
Oh, is this one of those games where you have to like control the feet and the legs individually and it's very hard to walk?
I don't think so.
It's such a weird game.
Oh my god. Why is the creepy guy coming out of the woods and he's got clothes on? Like, was he there the whole time? What is this?
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna have to watch the trailer now.
I just posted the link for the trailer in the chat. What is this nonsense?
I feel like he can't use his arms, maybe. But Mortal Kombat 1, I like fighting games. I am moderately interested in Mortal Kombat 1.
Tom, you stumbled me.
Is anybody in chat getting Mortal Kombat 1? Number 1. Number 2, Corporal, are you getting Mortal Kombat 1? Because you were on the fence about it.
The only way I would get Mortal Kombat 1 is if I go downstairs right now and Lady Sage says, yes, we're buying Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay. I'll wait.
Lady Sage, since I think you're creeping in chat, go ahead and tell me, are we going to buy Mortal Kombat 1?
And then my last question is, if I were to get Mortal Kombat 1, would people watch me play Mortal Kombat 1 as a complete Mortal Kombat noob? And not Noob Saibot, just a noob. Because I tried to get into 11, couldn't do it. 1 looks like the gameplay is a lot faster, it's a lot more fluid, it looks interesting. I really wish there was a demo for it. Because I'll know in the first hour whether I want to play it or not. Oh, well, I could get it on Steam and then refund it if I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's a pain. You know what? Maybe I'll just wait until Nick Yeti's in town and try it with him. He can show me the ropes, and then I can decide whether I hate it or not.
2 months from now?
2 months from now. But yeah, there's not crossplay on launch, believe it or not. Somehow, it's not crossplay at launch, but they said they are adding it very soon. So, maybe. One last reminder, we are just about a month away from our 4-year anniversary of the Nintendads.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like I'm getting gray hairs just thinking about that. 4 years of Nintendads. That's what our episodes next year are going to sound like. What'd you say? Back in my day,
Back in my day,
HD remasters.
I used to take care of children.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for this episode. So we had Nintendo Direct, we had PlayStation State of Play, and we have Xbox. Just Microsoft fans left out in the wind. I actually have a dad joke about Microsoft fans. So a Microsoft fanboy goes into a library, he sits down, and he says, yes, I'll have a glass of wine and a Caesar salad. And the librarian looks at him and goes, sir, this is a library. So then the Microsoft fan goes, oh, sorry, I'll have a glass of wine and a Caesar salad. Had to sneak it in there. All right, that's our episode. Corbel is going to be playing some type of shenanigans on Sunday.
And you guys can all put in chat or put in Discord. Do you want me to play Starfield? Do you want me to play Baldur's Gate solo campaign? Or do you want to watch me play a bunch of demos? The demo Sunday day.
Or will it be a sneaky, cheeky Mortal Kombat 1 stream? Who knows? Could be.
We'll see.
All right. Well, until then, we will see you on the internets, in the Discords, in some of your streams probably. And have a great and safe weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.
Whoop whoop.
Bye.
Bye.